Welcome back to the channel, F- here with F-TV, and this is another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. Thank you guys for the suggestions that I received on the last video in terms of what I should be doing, and shout out, of course, to Scruffy Nerf Herder from the Discord, who put me on to a content creator named Nooch Too Good. And Nooch has a number of videos. There are two specifically that I watched. One is top 10 tips for beginners and new accounts in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in 2025. Both of these will be in the description. And then the other one is 11 farming tips for every Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes player. And there were a couple things that were consistent between the two videos. And that's what I'm going to focus on because that's the direction that I've been taking. And basically, the main thing he harps on in both videos is not to ignore what I think a lot of new players ignore, maybe even veteran players, I don't know, but it's ships. And he says that ships, the longer you ignore it, the worse off your grind is going to be. And he essentially says that the reason you don't want to ignore ships is because ships equals assault battles, right? And I don't know what assault battles are, but he says that those are very important. So you don't want to neglect your ships because you want to be able to do assault battles. Additionally, he talks about the fleet arena, which I obviously I don't really play. I don't do anything with ships. As you can see, I'm currently rank 861, which is all the way at the bottom. And my power is 314. I can't beat anybody, right? I just tried a battle against somebody who was like 200 something, and I got rocked. But he says one of the reasons, and I have to wonder. No, he never mentions it, but like the normal arena, if it's still like this or not, or if it's worth playing the normal arena. But it's because of the crystals, and obviously crystals here are the premium currency. And the more that you have, the more you can do, right? So your daily crystal income can come, or I guess to him, should come from doing the arena matches here. I'm all the way at the bottom, so I'm not getting any. So I have to be at least rank 50 in order to do that. Now, I did go in because as you can see, I do have a lot of currency for ships. So I did go in here, and I almost always bought a Zeta when I was playing regularly. So I did buy Zeta, and then I bought the shards for every ship that I don't currently own, and of course Grievous. If it said max, obviously I'm not going to buy it. But so I did that at least, and so this looks like where I should focus on in terms of farming, right? Here's the thing. Okay, so I can't do 5 normal, right? And then I went back and I noticed that I haven't even done 3 hard yet. I'm not even sure I can do 3 hard yet, much less 4 or 5. So I did not realize that I hadn't done the hard mode battle, so I'm gonna start doing hard mode battles. I was looking at these ships too. I don't believe I have many of these. I do think I have this one, right? Because this is what's his name ship. Yeah, okay. So I have that one. I have the slave one. I'm pretty sure I have this one too. Yeah. All right. So I don't have Grogu, right? No, I don't have IG-12 and Grogu. So we'll go ahead and we'll farm that. That takes all your energy? Yeah, basically. It takes all your energy. Okay. What ship is this? This is MG-100 Star Fortress SF-17. Sure. And you need 2 characters for this. I don't have Rose, so I'm going to have to get Rose. And this is the Raven's Claw, which you need that guy. Sure. I mean, I don't, right? Like, what? I don't know. We'll just farm everything, right? So he does say specifically to focus on the Executrix. And if we look at my ships, I do actually have the Executrix here somewhere, right? So these are all my ships. If we go from the bottom to the top, there's a lot. I didn't realize there were this many. Nooch actually has every single ship at 7, which is super cool. There's a lot of ships, right? So basically, you want to focus on the like these negotiators, the Malevolence, the Radis, Profundity, all these great ships here. The Endurance, Chimera, the Home One. So I do have Home One and the Endurance at 7. I see I do have the Executrix at 7 as well. I do need to farm the Chimera. How do you farm these? So it's used. Let's see. Okay, so these are journeys. All right, that's fun. Okay, well at least I know. And like I said, I do have the other ones. So I do have the Endurance and Home One. Obviously, I need to get all these other ones, but that should be. This whole thing is something I need to do because it's not just the ship, right? Because the ship is nothing without the person piloting the ship. So there's a lot of characters that I need to get. Now, specifically revolving around characters, and I do want to shout out again Scruffy and BJ from the Discord because they have echoed these statements as well. He says there are 2 teams you're going to want to focus on, you being me, and that's going to be Phoenix, and the other one is going to be, what did he call it? I have the initials IT here, Imperial Trooper, right? So these 2 teams, Phoenix and Imperial Trooper. So let's look at Phoenix first. These are my Phoenix. So I have them all unlocked, all at 7, except for Captain Rex, because Captain Rex was after my time. And if I recall correctly, I have no idea how I got 10 shards for Captain Rex. Like, no idea. But he is farmable, right? So I've already farmed his node. Apparently, I don't know what this means, but I think I can spend 1,280 crystals and get the rest of his shards. I think that's what that means. I don't know. But so I'll be farming Rex. But basically, he says the reason you want both of these teams is because they can do the light side and dark side through endgame, right? Which is really cool. Obviously, I need to gear these guys up a lot more, do their abilities because they're all like whatever. I did always like Phoenix. And one thing I noticed too from here is that Ezra, it looks completely different from the last time I saw him because now he resembles, I'm guessing, the actor from the live action show rather than the animated version. So I saw him and was like, dude, who the hell is this? Because that's not the Ezra I remember. But so this is Ezra. And this is the Phoenix team. So I will be focusing on Phoenix. And then he said also the Imperial Trooper team. So let's look at that version. So there's obviously a lot more of these, and there's a lot of them I don't have. And there's only a few that I even have leveled up. Jeez. Wow. Okay. So this is bad. Stormtrooper, Colonel, I'm guessing this Stark. Scout Trooper, Shore Trooper, Death Trooper. Now, Death Troopers are awesome. We've got Moff, Dark Trooper. Hey, look, I have a Moff. And then Admiral Piet, Eden, and the Range Trooper. So there's a lot of work I have to do on the Imperial Troopers. But again, another reason he says that these 2 squads specifically is because they require less cryotech, and they can both take you to endgame. So there's some words and some concepts here I don't quite understand, right? Like assault battles and cryotechs. But I assume he's a lot more knowledgeable than me, right? As are Scruffy and BJ. So I will trust their judgment. So this is what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future. I'm going to farm Imperial Troopers. I'm going to farm Phoenix. I'm going to farm ships. I'm going to try to do Fleet Arena and not suck as bad. And, oh, yeah, so one thing I did start today, I don't know if this was here the last time I played. Thank you for that. Is the Galactic Battles, right? So I did start a Conquest. I don't fully understand the point of this. It's something I can do for sure, but is this essentially like the Galactic War used to be, right? I guess I don't know, but you go through this and you fight people and you get rewards and stuff. One of the things I didn't notice is that, like, for example, if we go in here, well, I don't have any energy. Let me buy more. Apparently, too, getting at least 3 refills of energy is a good use of your crystals, so there's that. They have this, like, stamina gauge, And according to this, your stats decrease. And it's true. Look, their stats are really, really bad. And it says you can recover stamina by 1% in, 25 minutes. Or you can use a stim pack. And yeah, so here's a stim pack. Okay, so you can actually buy at least one large stim pack. Otherwise, you can spend some crystals. I didn't even know this was a shop. Wow. Oh, you can buy stuff in here. There's an exile version of Ezra. Wow. Okay. And a dark side. Wow. There's a. Okay. All right. So here's a shipment here that I didn't even know existed. Good times. Good times. So I did start that. I don't know if that's something I should be focusing on or not, but it was something to do. All right. So I just wanted to update you guys on my progress. Again, thank you guys for the suggestions. If you got more, hey, I'm willing to learn some things so I can do some cool stuff. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll take you guys out next time. Take it easy. See you next time.